Hey there, my name is Shelley Sanders, psychic medium, business intuitive, and welcome to Spiritual Sunday. So happy 2021. I am so excited that we were able to make it into a new year. So today our topic is where are you in the manifestation cycle? So before we jump into our topic, do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe so you'll know when I'm going live. Okay, so manifestation is a big deal, right? Especially in the new year. We're in January. There's a lot of talk about it, there's a lot of buzz about it. What is it that you want to manifest that maybe you tried to last year and you didn't quite get to it, and so now you want to give it a go this year? So, before we start talking about the manifestation cycle itself, I just want to go into the steps of manifestation so that we're all caught up, so you understand what a manifestation is and then the proper steps to take in order for you to manifest those experiences. So, first thing with a manifestation, it might be that you want to manifest a new car. So maybe you're looking for something that's reliable and dependable. Maybe you're tired of maybe putting money into it and getting it serviced, so you want a new car just so that you have that comfort level. It could be that you want to manifest a house, because maybe you're tired of being in an apartment and that, the space is too small, and maybe you want your kids to have a yard where they can play, they can kind of get out of your hair. Maybe you want to manifest a relationship. Like how many people want a relationship though? So maybe New Year's Eve, you were by yourself and you would just like to have a partner or someone special to share it with. So all of these things are considered manifestations. So what are the steps that we take in order to get it? So the first step is to ask. So you want to be really clear about what it is that you want to manifest, right? So for me, like 11 years ago, what I asked for was to manifest a townhouse. So as I am with you live, I'm actually speaking to you from the townhouse that I'm in from my office space. And so when you ask about it, you want to be really clear. What is it that you want? And you want to add detail in it, and you just want to have a lot of fun. So you want to use your imagination. So if you remember when we were in school, when you would daydream, you kind of get in trouble. Stop staring out the window, stop daydreaming, pay attention, right? So you want to bring these skills back up again of imagination and daydreaming. So as I was daydreaming about the type of townhouse that I wanted, some of the things that I said was, I want upstairs, downstairs. I want a Spanish tile roof. I want a beautiful neighborhood with lots of parks so that I feel really safe walking in it. And, I said that, the only thing that I wanted to be concerned about were coyotes. And believe it or not, I actually manifested coyotes because I have a group that actually live behind me. So how funny is that? How powerful are her manifestations? I said that I want amazing neighbors, which I absolutely have. So every time it's the Christmas season, they come over, they put up my lights. So you just want to be very clear on what you want to manifest. And I said that no matter which direction I drive in, I always want this really pretty scenery. So I was pretty much able to put all of this within the manifestation, and it's kind of like you put it in the big pot, right, and you get it all ready so it can start the manifestation process. So then the second step is you have to believe. You have to believe and expect it. So no matter how it looks on the outside, you have to know that it's coming. So one of the main things that will actually stop your manifestations are your doubt. If you doubt it, if you don't believe it, if you don't trust it, you talk yourself out of it. You let other people talk you out of it. That's one thing that's going to slow you down. So the other thing that you want to do, steps 3 and 4, these really go together. So 3 is the spiritual guidance. You cannot manifest without spirit. This is really important, and a lot of people miss this step. And so the reason why you need the spiritual guidance is so that when your mind comes up and it starts throwing in the doubt, like it's not going to happen, it should have happened by now, your spirit team is communicating with you and they're letting you know to hold on. Don't give up. It's what they were able to do with me when I was going through this whole process of buying a home. My mind would come up and it's like, maybe it's not going to happen. You want your spirit team with you to tell you to hold on and don't give up. Step 4 is inspired action. So nothing happens without us taking action. Hey, Tina, welcome. We're so glad that you're here. So nothing happens without your action, right? So we're on a physical planet and we must take physical action steps. So you're not, if you want this relationship, you can't just sit on your couch in the living room and expect for UPS to ring the doorbell and like, here's your person. It's like you have to take those steps, right? So what is spirit inspiring you to do? Because when you're getting that nudge from spirit, it means that you're getting close and that everything is starting to come together. You just need to do your part now. And then you want to celebrate. Step 5 is celebrate. So this is where you get into the feeling part of it. Like, what would it feel like when you're manifested? Like, are you going to be super excited? Like, are you celebrating? Are you telling people about it? Like, bring those feelings up within you because it helps to fuel your manifestation, and it's the gas that you need to get the car going. So that's what you need with that. And then the last step of it is the actual physical manifestation itself. It's like once you receive it. So I do want to give you the tip. This one tip is that most people get this part backwards. They think that once you have the physical manifestation, then that's the real part. But actually, the manifestation happens is when you get the idea, when you get the feeling, when spirit is helping you with it. Because it's already manifested on the inside of you. And then it's just a matter of time of what is currently on the inside of you will show up in the outside for everyone else to see. So, hey, Michelle, welcome. So glad that you're here. Happy New Year. So, the actual manifestation is when it's on the inside. That's when it's there. Later on, other people will be able to see it. So, think of it like when you plant the seed into the ground. It's doing its thing. It's real. And then when the shoot comes up out of the ground, that's when everyone else can see it and enjoy it. So the manifestation is real. As soon as you get it within your heart, it is real, okay? So now that we know about the steps of manifestation, let's talk about the cycle itself, because a lot of people don't know about the manifestation cycle. And if you're not clear on it, you could stop before you actually enjoy that physical experience. So the first cycle within the manifestation is the beginning. So this is all about newness. You're so excited, right? So with me, when I wanted to get the townhouse, I'm like super excited. These are all the things that I want. And so, you write them down on your vision board. You might even have some pictures glued on there. You're super excited. So the second cycle in the manifestation process is the gestation. So this is the quiet time where things are happening behind the scenes. It's developing, it's becoming. This is when your spirit team is partnering up with you and they're helping you to bring this manifestation into the physical. Now, this third part is where most of us will get tripped up. So I just want to forewarn you about this. This is the test. The third part of the cycle is the test. Do you really want it? Are you going to really hang in there? Will you really count on it and believe in it and expect it, even though when things are starting to fall apart? So in the test part, this is when problems begin to arise. This is when things are starting to fall apart. And this is where you start talking yourself out of your manifestation. This is the part. This is the part where your mind says, see, if you were meant to have it, it would have happened by now. If spirit meant for you to have it, it would be so much easier than this. It's not supposed to be this hard. So that's when you start to talk yourself out of it. And this is why it's so important for you to have your spirit team locked in with you, because as your mind are throwing up all these reasons to stop, this is when your spirit team keeps telling you to go. So for me, my test showed up when I was in the process of getting this townhouse. It was with the previous owner. She had tenants in here. She was collecting rent, but she was not paying the mortgage. And so she had about $10,000 of back pay that she did not pay. So we were in escrow. Everything was working fine. The red flag went up. B of A stopped everything, and they said, we will not go any further until we get this $10,000. Well, at this point, I put all my money that I had into the house. I did not have any additional money to cover any back payment that the previous owner didn't pay. So, of course, my mind starts to go, see, I told you it wasn't going to happen. You don't have $10,000. You're not going to get in. And my spirit team was like, hang on, it's going to work. Don't give up. And so, what spirit does is like that gestation period, they start putting people in place in order to help you out with your manifestation. So, my realtor, the seller's realtor, and Wells Fargo, they all got together. They took less commission in order to cover that $10,000. And I'm like, okay, now we can keep going. Things are going good. I'm excited. I'm packing. I'm at my parents' house. I'm packing. I'm shopping. I'm making sure that I get everything ready for the townhouse. And so on the day that I had to go to the title company in order to fill out papers, I was working with this one lady. She was super nice. But for some reason, when I got to the office, she's like, I'm not going to help you. My boss is going to be the one that helps you. And her boss doesn't normally sit in on these meetings, but for some reason, she wanted to sit on this meeting. So I'm like, okay. So as we're going through the paperwork, another red flag comes up, and this time it's the HOA. And she hadn't paid her HOA dues, and they wanted $3,000 or they were going to stop this close and not let me move in. So this lady, this boss, she was like a really tough lady. She was like, oh no, you are not paying that $3,000. She told her assistant, you get them on the phone right now. I'm going to talk to them. And she told me, don't you worry. We're going to keep going through this paperwork. We're going to keep filling it out. And I'm going to have them to change everything. And we're going to sign new papers. So I'm like, okay, but my mind was messing with me. Look, you're already in the title office. You're so close to getting the keys and you're not going to get the place. Spirit's like, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. At this point, guys, I was exhausted. I mean, this was a long process. So we get the new paperwork, we fill it out, we turn it in. And then again, Spirit works with you getting those right people in the right place, because about 2 weeks before I was supposed to move in, it was my birthday was coming up, and Wells Fargo said, you know what, we know your birthday's coming up. We want you in the house. We're going to give you the keys early. They're like, happy birthday. So I got to move in 2 weeks before the actual date to move in. I'm going on year 12. So I'm letting you guys know this absolutely worked. You just have to understand where you are in the manifestation cycle. And if you don't have your spirit team with you, it's so easy to give up. So the tip is that, that newness in the very beginning where you're super excited about your manifestation, that is not enough energy to carry you through when the test comes up. It's your spirit team that's nudging you, that's letting you know to take the action, that's saying, don't stop, hold on, hang in there. Because without your spirit team left up to your own mind, you're going to automatically give up. So, what? I hope that this was super helpful for you. One of the things that I do is I do work with a small group where we get together and we manifest. So, I have some amazing people that are in the community where they're just manifesting incredible things. One of our members, when she first came in, she was so stressed out about money. And, just with our last meeting, I had to crack this joke because she has getting so many clients now that she actually forgot to deposit a check and she thought that the client didn't pay her. And so when she reached out to the client, they were like, we wrote you a check. And so she went back and was like, oh my gosh, I really did get paid. And she said that what she shared was she was so glad that she was in a good place financially to where she didn't need that check. But she was able to deposit it. And so what I said was, I really need to change this around and say that, you guys are manifesting so much now that you totally don't even need the money anymore. You're just manifesting crazy. So yes, it's all about keeping the faith. I agree with you. And so many people don't keep the faith. So here's what I find is, we're super excited in January to manifest, right? But by the time we get to February, March, it tends to peter out and then we don't do anything with it. And so, what I know for sure is it's much easier when you manifest in a group, when you're being held accountable, when you're getting that support. And so, that's what we do. So we meet twice per month for like 90 minutes, and we meet on Zoom, and we cover like what are you manifesting and what are you committed to? What action steps are you committed to taking in order to help this manifestation happen? So what we do is we hold you accountable. We find out where you are in the manifestation cycle. So if there's something that's happening with your mindset, we cover that. If there's trauma that's happening in your chakras where you're holding on to a belief that you can't have something, we go through that and we show it to you so that you can shift out of that. So sometimes you're not able to see your own blind spot, especially when you're trying to do this by yourself. So if you'd like to know more about it, our next call is Saturday, January the 9th. I invite you to go to mediumshelleysanders.com/SMM. Just take a look at it, read about it. If it's something of interest to you, you want to have that support, then absolutely come in and join us. We would be so excited to help you with your manifestations, because I do find that it does help when you're in the group. I love doing the one-on-ones, but sometimes when you do one time, like maybe you talk about it, and if you don't have that continued support, then it's just so easy for you to fall out of it. So I hope that you guys had a great time with this tip. I had an absolute joy sharing it with you. Let me know what you're manifesting and how we can help you with it. And again, the URL just to find out more about it is mediumshelleystandards.com/SMM. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks everyone who has joined us live and is waving and having all of these great comments. I really appreciate it. Take care and have a great day. Bye everyone.